Phillies win another one. The Phillies win another game coming back in the bottom of the 8th inning. Alec Bohm with a go-ahead 2-run single with the bases loaded to give the Phils a 3-2 lead. Johan Camargo gets another RBI in this game in the 8th inning. Back-to-back singles gives the Phillies a 4-2 lead. Phillies pitching overall solid. Bryce Harper gets a couple of hits in this ball game. And basically in that 8th inning, a lot of great at-bats, just basically putting the ball in play, see what you can do, and make some magic happen. That's exactly what the Phillies did today. Not really using the long ball, no home runs in this game, using singles, getting the ball in play, driving in some runs. That's basically what they did. Ranger Suarez, pretty solid outing, honestly. And the bases loaded in the top of the first inning, not pretty, but manages to get out of that first inning without allowing the run. Overall, really solid. Bullpen comes in and does their job. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Jose Alvarado was really ugly when he came out. Basically couldn't locate, just walking guys, allowing RBI sac flies and all that stuff. Even though he gets out of the inning, only allowing a run. You get Nick Nelson coming in the 8th inning. I was not expecting that. He gets the job done. Corey Knebel gets the save, looking pretty solid once again. Overall, when the offense was really quiet because the Brewers pitching, they were doing their thing today. And hey, Phillies got to them. They forced a bullpen change in that 8th inning, get the bases loaded. Alec Bohm with the righty facing him. Behind on one of the fastballs, gets another fastball in that count. 2-2 pitch. Drives it the opposite way, gets the RBI single, put the Phillies on top. So overall, just a fun win. Phillies win 2 in a row. And hey, offense is clicking now. Maybe the boys are confident in themselves. 2 wins in a row now. You're 6-8 on the season. You get your win in this first game of the series against the Milwaukee Brewers. It's going to be a very long home stretch, and still it's going to be a very fun stretch nonetheless. So overall, great win by this Phillies team. Let's keep her going. Let's get the consistency going. And hey, let's recap this thing. So before we get into all of that, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And before we get into this recap over this Phillies win, the most important thing you can do is hit that sub button. Also drop a like on the like button as well if you are new to the channel looking for all the latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events. This is the place to be at, depending on the outcome. Great or miserable, depending on the outcome. And if you're a current viewer of the channel, I am grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. Also, if you're looking for tickets to upcoming sporting events, concerts, whatever you can think of, use the code TTPSPORTS down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. So that could be tickets, get yourself some Phillies home tickets for this stretch. You got a weekend series here, Sunday Night Baseball possibly, those 4-game series against the Brewers next week. Why not? Get yourself some Sixers playoff tickets. Most likely they'll be going to round 2, so get yourself some round 2 playoff tickets. Can't pass that deal up. Free $20 in your pocket. Use that for parking. Use that for concessions. It's an easy deal to take. Use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek today. So the Phillies beat the Milwaukee Brewers in the first game of this 3-game weekend series by a score of 4-2. Overall, basically a pitching duel throughout the entire thing. Offenses for both sides were very quiet. The Brewers, their 2 runs in this ball game both came on sac flies. So hey, basically kept the Brewers lineup very quiet, and the Phillies offense, they were quiet basically throughout the entire ball game. They got the first run in the first inning, but basically just the rest of it was really nothing going on for them until basically that bottom of the 8th inning. They had some chances throughout the game, but really weren't able to cash in on anything there. Also, some interesting things to talk about for this game. Odubel Herrera gets called up from his injury, stint. He gets called up to the majors. He gets his first start today in center field. Not the biggest fan of it, but I'm really not surprised nonetheless. Basically, I'm going to summarize this. Mickey Moniak can't come, back any sooner. Basically, I feel like what Mickey Moniak was a 4 to 6 week timetable with his wrist injury. It's only been 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks. I'm just like, why can't Moniak come back sooner, man? Why does he have to be injured for 4 to 6 weeks, man? I'm tired of seeing Odubel Herrera. Even though he does get pinched hit later for Matt Vierling, but still, really not surprised that Odubel Herrera got called up. So just not surprised with that nonetheless. That's basically my only opinion of the entire thing. Not really going to describe my entire hate for Odubel Herrera. That's not what this entire video is going to be about. So Ranger Suarez in that first inning, off to a really rough start. Allowed the bases loaded, allowed a couple of guys on base. Started off with an Andrew McCutchen double. Adames gets a single. Yelich, it was like a swinging bunt. A little bit of a mistake there by JT Realmuto. He tries to go to second base. The throw wasn't there. It was a little off. That loads the bases up for Renfroe. Suarez gets him to strike out. He gets to strike out Herrera, and then he gets Lorenzo Cain to ground out. Gets out of the jam. Does not allow a single run. Fantastic inning to come back by Ranger Suarez. He basically challenged everyone with the bases loaded, and they were not able to cash in. So, hey, kudos to Ranger Suarez, being confident in that situation, being clutch. Go to that bottom of the first inning. Phillies strike instantly. Gene Segura leads off with a single. Then Bryce Harper, well, actually, Rhys Hoskins, he grounded out to the pitcher, which allowed Segura to go to second base to prevent the double play. Bryce Harper basically missed a home run, got a double to deep left center field, drives in Gene Segura, makes it a 1-0 Phillies lead. Phillies were not able to drive in. Bryce Harper, Castellanos grounded out, Realmuto walk, but then Schwarber popped up, which ended the inning. Very easy top of the second for Ranger Suarez, line out, strikeout, walked and struck out McCutchen. Phillies in the bottom of the second inning got struck out the side, Bohm, Camargo, and Herrera. Then the Brewers respond in the top of the third inning. Willie Adames gets a walk. Yelich will ground out, which allows Adames to go to third base. But during this at-bat, Adames also stole second. So that's the reason why he was able to go to third base. And then Renfroe got a sac fly, which was able to score Adames. It was a close play that played a good throw by Nick Castellanos. I guess Adames just got his hand right in there before JT was able to apply the tag. So the game manages to be tied at 1. But then Ranger Suarez manages to get out of that inning. Phillies don't do anything in their bottom half of the third inning. Same thing for the Brewers in the top of the fourth. Same thing for the Phillies in the bottom of the fourth as well. Go to the top of the fifth, and this is when Ranger Suarez comes out of the ball game. Andrew McCutchen leads off with a walk, but then Adames grounds out into a double play there. And also for that situation, there was, Christian Yelich. He grounded out. And actually for this double play too, Gene Segura ran into Johan Camargo at second base because Camargo was not able to get the throw over the first. The umpire at second base was Angel Hernandez. So you can call it questionable all you want. He called it runner interference on the play because Johan Camargo was not able to throw the ball as Cutchen ran into him. So he called the runner out at first base as well. So you got a lucky double play in that instance. Yelich then singles. Girardi elects to go to Dominguez out of the bullpen. He manages to get out of the inning, striking out Hunter Renfroe. Yelich did steal second base, but basically that does not make any difference whatsoever. That becomes irrelevant. Top of the sixth inning, Seranthony Dominguez comes out for another inning. Very surprised in that instance. Joe Girardi has done that the past couple of times with Seranthony Dominguez. He comes in to finish an inning, then he comes back out of the dugout to pitch the very next. And this one was fairly easier. The first time he did that was against the Mets, and it didn't go so well. This time it goes a lot better. He gets the first two batters out. Segura, no, actually, this is the Phillies inning. What the hell am I talking about? We go to the sixth inning for the Brewers. He gets a 1-2-3 inning. For the bottom of the fifth for the Phillies, really nothing going on then for either. Segura does get a single, but basically nothing happens for them. Then we go to the bottom of the sixth. Castellanos gets a single. JT gets a single. So you got a first and second situation for Kyle Schwarber in the bottom of the sixth. He strikes out, and then Alec Bohm grounds out into a fielder's choice. And you can tell from the instance when Alec Bohm got that, ground ball, he was very frustrated himself at first base. Looked like he really threw down his helmet. He was very pissed off at himself in that instance. So basically, wait for that moment, Alec Bohm. You'll get yours eventually. You go to the top of the seventh inning. Alvarado on the mound, can't locate whatsoever. He gets ahead in an account and then falls behind an account and walks the leadoff batter, Brasso. And then Caratini, he singles. So you got two runners on in that second instance. Caratini gets moved to second base on a wild pitch right there, too. So basically, you get a first and third situation. No, actually, a second and third situation for Andrew McCutchen. He hits a sac fly, makes it a 2-1 ball game. And then Jose Alvarado gets out of the inning, striking out the very next two batters. Bottom of the seventh inning for the Phillies. Nothing goes on there. You get Nelson coming out in the eighth inning for the Phillies. Looks great. Strikes out Renfroe. Walks the second batter, but then gets the next two batters out. Strikes out Cain, and then it gets Tellez to ground out. Then we go to this big bottom of the eighth inning for the Phillies. Bryce Harper gets an 0-2 count, actually. Gets a single. And actually, during this at bat, too, he was trying to bunt down the left side. Didn't even he tried the bunt. He didn't get the bunt down. Nothing really happened there. So I was like, Bryce, what are you doing in this instance, man? You can't be bunting in this situation. I understand you're trying to get on base, but don't bunt. Please just don't bunt. And he doesn't. He gets the single to right field, so basically shuts me up in that instance. Castellanos grounds to third, but basically it was a very soft ground ball, and then basically basically running down the line, hustling, and the throw was very high too, so he was probably going to be safe regardless, just because the ground ball was basically a chopper to third base. But still, the high throw helps his case as he hustles down the first base line. So you get a first and second situation for JT. He gets into a 2-strike count. He ropes a single to right field. It was also a soft hit as well. I'm very surprised Bryce Harper didn't try to score on this situation, but I guess they were just trying to play it safe in this scenario. Dusty Waffen, so I'm understanding of that situation. So you get a bases loaded situation for Kyle Schwarber. Strikes out, and the pitch was a very high sinker. It was a 2-2 count. I don't know why Schwarber's trying to swing at that. So you get 1 out in this situation. Left-hand, or actually a right-hander, Boxberger comes out to face Alec Bohm. 2-2 count. There was a fastball right down the middle in the previous part of the at-bat. Alec Bohm was very late on it. He wasn't missing another fastball, and that's exactly what happened. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Alec Bohm sends it the other way. Single right through the hole. Base hit. Drives in 2 runs. Harper and Castellanos, him hustling over the third base, basically, and he scores to make it a 3-2 ball game. Then you get Camargo swinging at the first pitch, scoring in JT, makes it a 4-2 ball game. Vierling strikes out, and Jean Segura grounds out as well. So that will end the 8th inning for the Phillies. But hey, they score 3 runs. All you need for Corey Knebel in this instance, as he gets a 1-2-3 inning. 2 guys ground out, Peterson and Caratini. Then he strikes out Andrew McCutcheon on a nasty curveball. And that is your ball game, folks. Phillies win 4-2. So let's go to this batting order before we get into the pitchers. Jean Segura in the leadoff spot today goes 2 for 5 with a run scored, so a good day at the office for Jean Segura. Rhys Hoskins, not the biggest fan of Rhys in this ballgame. He did get 2 walks, so that's good. He's getting on base, but over 3. And I forget which specific inning it was in. It was one of the later innings. I believe it was the 6th or the 7th inning, where it was the left-hander out for the Brewers. I think his name was Ashby or something like that. And Rhys Hoskins struck out during this at-bat. No, actually, he struck out 2 times and walked once. But during one of these strikeouts, it was his last strikeout of the ballgame, I believe. Just a hanging slider right over the middle of the plate. And he just stares at it. I believe it's like a 1-2 count in its instance. Rhys just isn't swinging. He didn't swing whatsoever. He let the hanging slider go right down the middle of the plate. And there was an instance like that, a couple of days ago in Colorado, where he had 2 hangers from Marquez literally go right down the middle of the plate, and he struck out looking at both of those pitches. Like, Rhys, if you see those hangers, you got to send them 500 feet. And that's why I'm not the biggest fan of Rhys Hoskins batting in the 2-hole. I just feel like he changes his approach a little too much to where he's focusing on getting on base, trying to draw walks more than anything, instead of just swinging the bat and trying to drive the ball. Because when we saw Rhys lower in the lineup, he was swinging the bat, he was getting on base, he was getting singles, he was driving the ball, basically doing everything he possibly could. He gets moved up in the lineup. Yeah, he did get the triple in Colorado, but basically after that, he really didn't do anything. More like he's trying to focus on getting walks, and that's like not the biggest thing I want from Rhys Hoskins. I know he has a great eye at the plate. I know he can work the count. But, dude, when you're seeing pitches that are right down the middle of the plate, when they're hanging like breaking balls, you got to send those into the seats. You got to crush those. You can't keep constantly doing that. That's like at least 4 or 5 hangers that he's had over the past week. I need him to hit those. He has to hit those, and he should know it. He's letting a lot of hangers go right down the middle of the plate, and he needs to fix that. Bryce Harper goes 2 for 4 in this game. And also Bryce Harper, they checked out the MRI with his elbow. They still don't know how much longer he's going to be out, but he's still going to be remaining to DH. So basically the issue that is going on with his elbow, it's not affecting him at the plate. He doesn't feel anything when he is swinging the bat in the batter's box. So that is a really good thing for Bryce Harper. Basically right now, he just can't play the field. He can't throw. Basically, that's really the only thing when it's bothering him. So basically, good and bad because it's forcing Castellanos into the field, even though he had a couple of good throws in this game on both of the sac flies. But still, I think Bryce Harper would be the better upgrade over Castellanos. But right now, Bryce Harper is not feeling good in the outfield with that elbow, but he's feeling better in the batter's box where he's not feeling that elbow whatsoever. But still, really good day at the plate for him. 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Nick Castellanos goes 2 for 4 in this ball game. JT goes 3 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Kyle Schwarber goes 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, so not the best day for Schwarbs at the batter's box. Alec Bohm, 1 for 4 with a huge 2-run RBI single. Johan Camargo goes 1 for 4 with the RBI single in the 8th inning as well. Odubel Herrera in his first game this year goes 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Gets pinched hit for Matt Vierling. He comes into the game later. He goes 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout as well. Going to the pitchers, and in terms of rest for the batters right now, runners in scoring position, 4 for 11. So overall, struggling early on in the game, but they got better as the game went along, especially in that 8th inning where it mattered the most. Going to the pitchers, Ranger Suarez, really good outing out of Ranger. 4 2/3 after that bases loaded situation, got out of it and had a really solid game after that. 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts on 89 pitches. Really solid outing out of Ranger Suarez. Sir Anthony Dominguez, solid as well. An inning in the third, gets 2 strikeouts, 21 pitches. Jose Alvarado, not the best inning. Basically all over the place, a complete opposite when he was on Wednesday, actually, in Colorado, where he had a really good inning. Goes the full inning, allows a hit, allows an earned run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Nelson in the 8th inning, beautiful. 1 inning pitched, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and Corey Knebel gets the save in the 9th inning, goes the full inning, and gets 1 strikeout on 16 pitches. Overall, really good game by this Phillies team. They get the first win in the series, and now that's a 2-game winning streak for this team. They are 6-8 now. So looking at the rest of this series just to see what the pitching matchups are going to be. So you get tomorrow at 4:05. You get Sunday at 7:05 because that is going to be an ESPN game. You're going to have Zack Wheeler on the mound tomorrow against Hauser, and you're going to have Aaron Nola on the mound Sunday against Lauer. So there you go. Let's see if the Phillies can win this series right here. So, hey, let's see what's going to happen in the rest of this series against the Brewers. I see some people in the comment section right here. Channel name says Trevor Plouffe predicted that the Brewers were going to win the World Series. So I thought this season was a lost cause, but I will watch it anyway. Super fun game tonight. Definitely. Fun win all around. Alvarado just throws hard but has little control. But yeah, that's basically the entire Jose Alvarado experience. Notifications on, let's go, and baseball. Yeah, definitely appreciate channel name you being in the chat, and I appreciate everyone that does join the live feed. But that's going to do it for this recap, everyone. What are your thoughts on this game? What are your thoughts on the rest of the series coming up for this team? Thoughts on Alec Bohm and everything like that? Don't forget to leave your comments and opinions down in the comment section below. I'd like to see those as always. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. The links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to BrodesMedia, the Florida Pod merch website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All that good stuff is down in the description below. Do not forget to check those out. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the most important thing you can do is hit that sub button. I will greatly appreciate that. And also use the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. And I will see you next time.